We are in a crisis situation, and the job, as I said, it's not done. I give the federal government credit for what I said today is a job well started, but not a job well done, because they are responsible for interprovincial transportation of goods at the end of the day. And we have a significant bottleneck, and we now have a significant loss in what we're able to get for this commodity. And so between now and the time that TMX comes online, there is a problem. And so they have a role to play. But right now what we've got is we've got a whole bunch of maybes and no definites, and we've got WCS selling for $10 a barrel. And this is, as I've said before, this is unsustainable, it's untenable, and it's not just our economy that's going to feel the effects if we keep this up. The previous plan had been that Line 3 would solve the problem for long enough, at which point TMX would come into play. But what we know already is that TMX has been delayed by a year at best. And we also know that there has been a decision in Montana impacting KXL. And we don't know what the impact of that will be, but we do know that there's been a negative decision that was unexpected. And so in both cases, the idea that the problem just disappears with a lovely little puff of angel dust, in December of 2019 is not correct. And so the intensity of the problem that we're seeing now is in fact a problem that could plague the industry repeatedly until we get the second pipeline in place. I think that our tremendously rich resources are actually provide us with the tools to create a longer term equity-based transition to a more responsible climate plan, and one that involves a more responsible energy industry, which has demonstrated already its willingness to engage in this if they can do so under a predictable and properly applied regulatory regime. The health of Alberta's economy is going to show up on Bay Street. It's going to show up in economic indicators for the country, for which any national leader is going to have to account. There is no path to victory for any politician who thinks that we can build the Canadian economy by shutting down our resource industries. That is not the way it's going to go. And so we can either develop that industry and capitalize on that industry intelligently, or we can continue to sell our product for $10 a barrel while the rest of the world is paying $50. And that has an impact outside of Alberta, and that's why I'm here.